Welcome to our July Board of Education meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pauletta Price.
Here.
Judy Boucher.
Here.
John Green.
Here.
Scott Latham.
Here.
Brian Tobin. In the event of an emergency, visitors are advised that they may exit this room from the one side door which leads directly into the parking lot. In the event of an emergency, everyone is asked to move away from the building and do not attempt to leave in your automobile, since this may cause traffic problems and block incoming emergency vehicles.
Thank you. We'll skip our first hearing of visitors because nobody's here. That brings us to our consent agenda, which is the approval of our minutes, our reorg meeting from July 6th, our bills, our treasurer's report for June, monthly budget status report, transfers, extra classroom activity fund. We're surplusing some smart boards, and there are no CSEs. I do have one question about the transfers, the one that we got yesterday or the day before.
Second one.
The second one, the second transfer. For PSEG, did we under budget by that much? Or the rates went that?
Not to be as much, but it's still a decent amount that we've kept that line the same for a couple of years, and with the pandemic, it's been hard to judge because we had a drop fee that we had the use in that.
Okay.
And it's just starting to catch up to us.
Yeah, because that's a big nut. Big number. That's why it kind of
So we're keeping
jumped
an
up.
eye on it.
So what about for
I
2022,
would say we bumped it up. I
2023?
have to check how much.
We might want to look at that earlier in the year rather than,
Because it's hard to gauge, right, every month there's no, it's all over the place. The summer's the higher months, and the winter, but, I can get back to you as far as.
okay, like I said, it seemed like a lot.
Yeah, or mid-year, see where we're running, we may have to adjust that line
Yeah,
mid-year.
I've never seen a transfer that much for utilities, so I just
Right.
Exactly, and like I said, we.
thought maybe wanted to see if we paid attention.
Oh, you're not using all, but that's what you,
Looking more closely at the bill, it's, it's not for June, it's from June 15th to July 15th. So we're able to allocate that last
Oh,
month.
all right.
So it might be like 20,000.
Gotcha.
To 35.
But this was to close out last year, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's,
right.
yes, so, okay, all right, thank you. Is there a motion to accept the
So
consent?
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Old business.
So I put lighting on there. We had some questions about it. We had a reporter from the local newspaper contact us. PSE&G has come out. Anthony wasn't in today, so I couldn't get an update on it. They were going to look at their lights to see if any shades can be put on them. It seems that the brightest of the lights that people had issue with are the ones that PSE&G put up. Now, they did put them up when we did a safety audit a number of years ago, I believe in conversation with us and request. But they said they're going to come out and see if there's a possibility of shading them. Our architect also said he's going to try to come up with possibilities for any lights that might be brighter than they should be for ours too.
I believe that was a required safety audit, if
Well,
I'm not
that's, yeah, and
mistaken,
that's my
right?
question, honestly, is, all right, if they shade them, do we then have a problem with safety? And so I
yeah.
think there's a balance there
And that's
that
what
we'll have to.
yeah, so when I spoke with the newspaper reporter, what I told her was, we're trying to figure out how to, as quickly as possible, comply with the town ordinance and also the New York State safety guidelines.
Good, there you go.
She was very understanding of that.
Good,
I
okay.
don't believe they actually published it.
Who has the final say?
On lighting, the town.
Yeah, but
So
they
at the
can't,
end
if
of
on
the
a
day-
safety, if it's a New York State safety, they,
The town trumps, they have the final
For
say.
lighting, the town trumps. I spoke with the town,
Right.
and they're very appreciative of the fact that we're trying to address it. And
but do they have the final say on a safety?
safety, I don't believe
Their
so.
state, and, if one ordinance negates the ability to
Possible.
meet the other, and the bottom line is that we have to work with both and
We
figure
do
it out, so.
And that's really
okay.
what it comes down to.
All right, so no rush
Yes.
to do it unless we're doing it right.
Correct. Yep, correct.
Thank you for that update.
So-
Superintendent's report.
Summer camp, our last day of summer camp is tomorrow. I was out there again today. Unfortunately, I have a meeting at the DA's office. Our Suffolk County Superintendent's Executive Board is meeting with the Suffolk County DA and the sheriff and a number of different law enforcement people. They had asked for a meeting, to talk about school safety and some of the different things. This was after, the last shooting, quite honestly. And so I'm going to be out in the morning, and I won't get to see it, but they're doing their field day tomorrow. They'll have slip and slides and water balloons and bathing suits and the whole deal. It was a lot of fun last year, so the kids are looking forward to it. It's been a nice experience. They've really been having a lot of fun over
How
there.
many kids do we have participate?
We had 111 signed up.
Wow.
There are some of those 111 that were on vacation for a week and came for 3.
Right.
There were others that were here every day. We actually had 3 new ones just yesterday.
Just for 2 days?
New to Southold, and they
Ready to
heard
jump
about
in?
the camp. They came down. And, they were registered in school. So, summer work. We have a ton of work going on. If you saw, they've started to work on. They put in some dry wells out for the tennis courts, and they're doing the site work out there for that. They've done a great deal of work in the new, college and career suite. To fit in all the offices in there, and also to join those 2 offices together. We had the portion of the roofs that had to be replaced is done. They replaced parts of the ventilation and air conditioning unit that was from last year that still hadn't been done because the parts weren't in until during the year, and it's like a 3 or 4 week project, so we couldn't do it on a shutdown. But they've already started that work. The flooring that's coming up in the elementary school, part of that is already done. The other part should be done shortly. Anthony he got me a timeline at the beginning of the summer, and then he follows up with any adjustments with it. Our expectation is everything should be done before we come back to school. The one if is the bathrooms down by the auditorium that we're getting a facelift. We're doing the same epoxies that we did up here on both the floor and the walls, and we've had a difficult time finding a sink that will fit in there and have legs. The ones that we've found are more like hotel style, and they're beautiful, but they don't have legs on them. And if a child were to sit on them or lean on them,
They will do.
they're coming off the wall.
Yeah.
So Anthony actually just last week found one with legs, and the plumber is checking it out and making sure it will all fit. And it's possible we might have to shut that one down for a couple weeks to finish it, or a couple days to finish it during the school year. But the hope is that it'll all be done before we come back.
And the tennis courts will be done too.
They tell me the tennis courts only take 2 weeks, but they do it. They send guys out to work for like a day, and then we don't see them for 2 days.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So they tell me it'll be done before the fall.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe at our August meeting, we can do, as a board collectively, a walkthrough.
Yeah.
Sure.
Both buildings.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
Please. Right at the start of the meeting or something like that. I think we've done that before in the past. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That brings us to personnel. We just have a couple. The garden coordinator, Deb Kimmelman. This is for this year that we're in now,
The
okay.
year that started July 1.
Right, okay. The elementary musical, Jen Kennedy. Fall JV boys soccer, Alex Sinclair. JV girls soccer, Alexandra Small. Girls tennis, like I said, Alexandra Small. Translation and interpretation, Miriam Hurektis, I say it wrong. And summer technology work, Pam Palmer. Is there a motion to accept the recommendations?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Finance committee report?
We have no report. No
Building-
questions were answered
Oh, good.
about
Yeah.
so thank you. And we'll be looking into that, cleaning up some of those processes.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Building committee report?
Nothing.
Got one.
Yeah, we did. And then we have a secra resolution. Can you just give us the Reader's Digest version, what this one is for?
So we have a portion of our boiler that was leaking and rotted on the bottom. We were hoping to do a fix by welding the bottom of it, which we were hoping would get us a few more years. Once they opened it up, it turned out that not only the bottom section, the entire portion of the boiler that pushes our hot water through the building for heat was completely rusted and rotted out. It looks like Swiss cheese. I went down and saw it myself, and I also saw pictures of it. So there's nothing to weld onto because
But you need a
it's so
secra
rotted.
resolution for that, huh?
Chris told us we needed one. We asked him about
Repair
it.
reserve.
Yeah.
So that's basically
For the repair
saying that
reserve.
we're declaring ourselves the lead agency.
So this resolution has to be done before the next resolution? Okay. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that brings us to said repair reserve emergency boiler repair. The bottom line is, we're utilizing our repair reserve to fix said boiler, right?
Correct.
A motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. How old is the boiler?
Very.
From the beginning of time, I believe.
We're told that within the next 4 or 5 years, we won't be able to get parts to fix it. So we're starting to plan for a replacement. It's one of the reasons it took a couple weeks to get this repair in place, because the $100,000 piece that we put on this one needs to work with a new one, because we don't want to be out another 100. And
Oh, so this isn't a complete,
No, this is just a repair.
yeah, this is a repair. It's not a replacement. A replacement, we're told, will cost in excess of $1 million for our boilers. And we have 2 of them.
That would be capital, right? That would need voter approval to replace the boiler?
Yes.
Okay. Policy committee report?
policy committee will be meeting in August.
We need to.
Well,
Jennifer, did you see the email from Jennifer to try and coordinate?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to leave it up to you because
Okay.
my schedule's very flexible.
Go over the mandatory stuff every year.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we could look at the dress code.
It's a code, that's not a policy. The problem is,
Policy,
it's
doesn't
like
it?
a lot of other policies and codes and rules and regulations, it's in the enforcement of what's
Well,
already
that's what I
on the
mean. If
books.
it's not enforced, then it's just a meaningless policy. So maybe it
Yes.
should be,
We have a whole book of them.
okay, I just thought maybe it should be looked at and changed if necessary.
I think that's in the code of conduct, which you're supposed to review every year.
There, there's 2, yeah, okay. Okay, new business. Second hearing of visitors is the same as the first hearing of visitors. Board member commentary, Scott.
Nothing.
John.
You know, I'm looking at the construction, more tennis courts, and I just hope that the people the students, the staff, appreciate what they have here. This is a college-level facility, and the only reason we're allowed to do this is because the people allow us. They give us the money. And so I drive by and, people say, what is going on? More tennis courts. Really? We have the money. They're letting us do that. So, God bless the people who vote for our budget. This place is spectacular. That's all I have to say.
Judy?
Actually, I was just adding to that real quickly. The comment I got today when I said it was new tennis courts was, that's a nice give back to the community, because the community really uses the tennis courts. So they
But they're paying
supported
for
us. They supported us, and, and they do use them on the weekends and stuff like that. So it's nice.
Use them
So-
during the week. They're on there daily.
Yeah,
In the
that's what I
summer,
mean.
right.
During the summer.
Right.
But that was the point, that it's a nice thing, that it's a nice thing because it's something that they can use. And that, that was, and not in a bad way, it was a positive statement. So, all right, and that's it. Everybody continue to have a nice summer.
Continue to have a nice summer. Appreciation to the staff that continues to work really hard over the summer, even though the students aren't here. And just a little asterisk on the tennis court conversation. When somebody recently asked me about it, I pointed out that this was done, a bulk of this was done via a grant that Senator Laval provided us with from years ago that took years to get from the dormitory fund. So I thought it was important to acknowledge him and his generosity to our district, as along with some other monies that we had, that it didn't come out of our budget.
Yeah.
I thought it was important to take note of that. Okay, enjoy the rest of the summer. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? See you in August.